Hello everyone, hello and welcome to this session of AxelTech live session. I am Marco Branzanti, I'm CTO in AxelTech. I'm currently in Bologna, Italy, and as you know, right now in Dubai there's a special event for broadcasters. It's the Cabsat, and I'm going to connect live directly from to Dubai with Simona Lippi. Hi Simona, how are you this morning?
Hi everybody.
We are very well. Nice second day of Cabsat here in Dubai. We also have some audience today at our booth. So thank you everyone for being with us. And be so warm in assisting to this live event.
Yeah, Simona, I think your microphone is not working. I hear Enrico's, so please use Enrico's. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear Enrico very well. I can't hear Simona.
Okay, now you should also hear me.
Okay, let's see. Thank you, Simona. So again, please start over. Hello, Dubai, how are you?
Yes, hello from Dubai. Hi, everyone. So I was telling you that we also have some nice audience live from our booth today. They are assisting to the live show and they are following the live presentation. So it's a nice second day of Cabsat here in Dubai. Thank you everyone for joining again. If you have any question, if you want to also intervene in this live event, please just click on the bell here below. We can have a live chat. They will send us your questions or any comment you might have. So today we will approach the what's new on our TV product, about our TV product. Mainly we will talk about XTV and YouPlay, which are our main software and very best sellers. So Enrico, we did something very nice this year as far as concerns the hardware. So we are going to switch all of our compact solutions and all of our turnkeys, and we will use Dell products.
There's a major upgrade now on the hardware.
Yes.
And in particular, we are now replacing most of the computer, the CPUs, with Dell computer. As you know, we are partnered with Dell since a very long time.
Yes.
And now we are introducing the new hardware that is much more powerful than before. The nice part of it is that we maintain the same list price for our compact solution and turnkey unit, but with the new Dell computer that gives you a lot of additional features and a more powerful hardware. Then we will go in detail later, maybe with Marco.
Then with Marco we will see all the features that we add to our software in the latest months. But now with you, I would like also to focus on the fact that actually we are giving a plus to our customers at the same price.
Correct.
Okay. Also, I would like to recall to our public, to the people who is following us today, that Dell also guarantees, normally it depends from the countries, but 3 years of warranty.
Yeah,
so
next 3 years, next business day warranty.
Yes.
Covered by Dell. This also includes, the new hardware includes a double power supply. It's an i9 processor, very powerful. It comes also with a dual network card, 1 giga and 10 gigabits. And so, let's say, it's really a major and relevant upgrade in terms of hardware.
Definitely, at the same compact price.
Correct.
We can say that, definitely. Okay.
This, of course, this upgrade goes through YouPlay, XTV, and also the graphic application.
Yes.
So the previous versions are still available, but this is the major news is the new Dell integration.
We are switching to it. We are already doing that, actually. It will become
a standard
in the following months. That's great. So Marco, let's come back to the nice feature that you and your team developed in the last months.
Very good, very good. I wanted to add something to the Dell. Don't forget about the form factor. So the previous powerful i9 machines were 4 rack units, and this is a 1 rack unit, and it saves space on your racks, and you can put a lot more channels and a lot more devices on the rack. So the 1 rack unit form factor is for sure a very nice option.
That's great. So Marco, from where would you like to start in just telling us what's new on XTV and YouPlay?
Okay.
Maybe from something that is new for all of them.
That's correct. I'm going to follow our cue with that we decided, and I'm going to talk to you about a new format for IP streaming. As you know, in all our products, IP streaming is key. We support IP input and IP output. Actually, you use IP streaming in output for many purposes. One of these is, for example, to go to YouTube and Facebook. Typically, the most common format also used by these platforms is RTMP. But since it was an old Adobe format, as you know, Adobe kind of sent the format in end of life. Actually, Adobe Flash went in end of life at the beginning of the year. So a lot of providers are gradually changing to newer standards, okay? So while Facebook and YouTube are still in RTMP, a lot of people are using HLS, which is Apple HTTP streaming, and we have that inside all our products, like XTV can stream in that format. But we added a new one, which is probably the second most popular format that is going to take over the RTMP, which is the MPEG-Dash. Simply to show you, I'm here on the GUI, and as you see, we have. So if Gianluca can show the GUI, yes, thank you, Gianluca. So as you see, we have a lot of formats here, starting with RTMP. I have some UDP, which is for DVB-T multiplex. SRT, we introduced that last year. It's becoming popular for low delay streaming. And as you see, I have the Apple HTTP, which is HLS, and MPEG-Dash. So this feature actually is common throughout all our software. So you find it, of course, nice for, let's say, XPlay Out to go directly to your CDN in order to stream to the world. But also you find it in other products like the multi-cross converter, which is able to get any SDI, NDI, or IP, and then convert it back into SDI, NDI, and IP.
Yeah, I would also like to recall, Marco, since you mentioned that we are going live from Dubai. I'm here with Enrico Vaccari, and we are attending for the first time an exhibition after 2 years. So we are here live from Dubai at Cabsat show, and we are actually using that technology, so our multi-cross converter, in order to give you the signal and then stream on the web, both our signal and the signal coming from our premises. So as you can see, we can just live chat as if we were
Real time.
on the same room. So very nice technology. Thank you, Marco, for mentioning it.
Okay.
So Marco,
Yep.
now let's go straight on our XTV Suite. What's new on, we will like to start from XIngest maybe. So what's new on XIngest?
Okay, so let's see. XIngest actually was upgraded in functionality. XIngest was typically a software which was used to capture directly from SDI and capture to disk. So since XIngest had many file format possibilities and also takes advantage of the GPU eventually like a NVIDIA card to accelerate that, we were able to use Xingest in multi-channel ingest systems. So we can capture 4, 8, 12 channels on a single system, actually taking advantage of that GPU acceleration. And so what we did is actually converted the Xingest also into a logging system. So the Xingest can now actually do capture 24/7, segmenting the files. So when usually the segmentation is a 1 hour, so every hour it switches to a new file. It uses a specific syntax which is common to all our logging software, and actually then deletes automatically the oldest files on the disk. So actually Xingest is the new generation of our logging software, and this let's say was a major improvement because we can take advantage of the new technologies which use the GPU. Furthermore, in the Xingest, just in going in that direction towards the logging software, we added a completely new section in the alarms, and we added so the Xingest can actually send you notification regarding the capture state, if there's video, if there's audio, if there's a video freeze, and a lot of different other parameters in order to be sure that your capture process is working fine. And then you have notifiers, and the notifiers can send you email, can send you SMS, can do let's say a multiple type of notifications, and so this was added into the Xingest product.
That's great. So alarms and the logging 24/7. So Enrico, we manage a big amount of projects that are using this new technology in Italy mainly for the government.
Not only in Italy, in many countries, because the logging is needs almost everywhere all over the world, and so the needs of the communication authority in most of in any country all over the world, and we already developed plenty of solutions with content monitoring and monitoring systems.
Great. So let's move straight to Xscheduler, Marco, because we also add some nice tool for as far as concerns the daily scheduling, isn't it?
So in the Xscheduler, which is the basic scheduling tool for XTV, it allows you to do offline scheduling, create your playlists for the XTV Suite. It was, the architecture of the software was more like a load and save document. So you would do like with a Word document, so you can load and save your playlist. What we did is introduce a concept based on calendar. So what you have is a basic calendar, and you can produce 24-hour schedules and simply using the calendar function. So you don't have any, let's say, load and save in a specific folder. This allows also, actually the playlists are saved in a specific folder with a specific syntax, and this allows XPlayout to pull out from those folders automatically. So virtually you can make a playlist for a year, let's say, and actually XPlayout will import automatically every day those new playlists and go on air. So let's say that it's a minor feature which was added, but has let's say a very good usability. It really adds usability to the software.
Yeah, I think we had some nice feedback about this new tool, and we can also import playlists from third parties traffic software, correct?
BMS, which is their playlist generation software. They can export now in two formats, which are CSV, is comma separated value, or XLSX, which is Microsoft Excel 2017 format. And the nice thing is there's also a file where you can configure your header mappings. So even if the export uses different names for the file path or the start time, etc., you can do this mapping. So let's say that virtually you can really import from any playout system, you can import directly into XPlayout. And this is kind of a nice add-on. We have a lot of experience in other countries where locally maybe they get their BMS, their playlist software, simply because they get support or they have a specific way of working, and they can continue to use their own software to create the playlist and then just simply import them in XPlayout and send them on air.
Yeah, I think that this is a very, very nice development. I mean, something that really can change the daily work of the users of Xcaler and XPlayout. Now let's go on the very core of the XTV Suite.
Right.
So let's move to XPlayout. What's new on XPlayout? A lot of things, actually.
Well, yes, let's say that we started implementing in XPlayout some of the features which are needed to connect to, let's say, new IP streaming services. So we had a request. These streaming services require to insert their own commercials. So we're talking of a feature that we call splice commercial, splice advertisement, or split advertisement. So what happens is the playout has to send out certain signals to the provider in order to tell the provider, hey, this is the point in which we start inserting the commercial. So we took advantage of the request and we actually implemented 4 technologies to do this. One is the GPI. So we implemented GPI input and output from a device from Moxa, which is a small box you connect to the LAN and it gives you 6 inputs and 6 outputs. Of course, this is a very simple implementation, but GPI is, of course, the simplest way to do it. But probably not the most evolved. The second way we've done this is using DTMF. DTMF tones are tones that you hear when you make you dial your telephone. And so the system is able to embed DTMF tones, which are audible audio tones, into the SDI or the streaming. You can embed it in the same channel that you listen to, or you can embed it in different channels. So maybe audio channels that do not go on air, and that is usually how it's done. In the United States, this is very used when we go to Vegas, or when we return to Vegas, maybe in the near future. I remember listening to the TV station with the Discovery Channel, and once in a while you could hear the beep bop, and then you would have the advertisement. So that is built in as well. And then, of course, the newest technology. The newest technology is called SCTE triggers, and there are 2 types of SCTE, which is SCTE 35, which is the one which is sent out into the streaming, and there's SCTE 104, which is a trigger which is sent directly to the SDI output of the playout. All these have been implemented into the XPlayout system, so now the XPlayout system can not only trigger, let's say, local advertisement, but also can act as the machine to put on air the local advertisement. So I think this is something very technical maybe, but there has been a lot of development to put this inside the system and to make XTV more complete, let's say.
Yeah, definitely. I think that with all these improvements that you just explained to us, we really have a very nice and powerful Enrico.
The package is getting more and more complete, and we keep developing as always.
And we never stop growing and developing new features. Marco never sleeps, I think. So, Marco, what about the CG? Do we have something new about the CG also?
Yes, well, we are constantly improving, of course. One of the things which are noticeable is that in the entire CG world, which includes the CG Composer, which is part of the XTV Suite, but not only the CG Live, the DLG Plus, of course, when we put on air some graphical CG, which can be a ticker or a crawl or just a simple text, usually traditionally we were using comma-separated value files or XLSX files. So simply your news department would fill in the Excel file, and when you press the save button in Excel, automatically it goes on here. What we did is we extended the compatibility with the files to other files as well, which are XML files, JSON files, and also database files. So this means that if you have your news system and you are inputting into your news system the text that you want to put on here, and you did not have those CSV or XLX, now you can connect it directly to the database of your news system, and we put that on here in a ticker format, in a crawl format, in a graphical format. So as you see, integration with third-party system is becoming key into development. Why? Simply because the products are very, very complete, many years developing, so now we're concentrating on connecting to the rest of the world.
Very, very nice philosophy, I think. So I would like to recall to all the people that maybe is just connecting just right now that we are going live from Dubai, from Cabsat. It's our second day of an exhibition after 2 years. I'm here with Enrico Vaccari, our sales director, and I'm connecting with our CTO, Marco Branzanti, who is explaining to us all the new features. We did some nice, very nice upgrade on our hardware. We are switching all our compact solutions to Dell. So this is the big news of the day for all the people that are watching us.
For the same price.
Yeah, for the same little price. Marco just explained to us all the new feature, amazing things that he did during last month with his team, of course. I would also like to recall to any of you connecting from your houses that the director of all these live sessions is Gianluca Righi. The organizer is Stefano Grego, but we are also here in Dubai with our colleague Ilaria Malucelli. So the big part of our sales team come back to travel this week. We are very, very excited about that. And also thanks to our colleague Cristiano Cinelli, who is attending the office by his own from Bologna. So Marco, let's switch to the last but not least improvement. So what we did in YouPlay, we already presented actually this big, very important development, but we would like to recall it because someone maybe has lost it, and it's not something that should get lost.
Correct. So we're talking about YouPlay. YouPlay is our production server. The difference between an automation system and a production server, automation is intended, XTV then, is intended to go on here 24/7, to put all your playlist, your movies, your advertisement. A production server is used in combination with your video mixer, and you use it to produce, like in the news, you will put your stories in the YouPlay and play your stories to the video mixer and mix that with the camera and the microphone. So that's the use. YouPlay is a multi-channel server, and the nice thing, it's bi-directional, so YouPlay server actually can play or capture on any channel. So the nice thing is you can play your stories on one channel, you can maybe play something to the video wall. On a third player, you could, for example, keep an animation loop that you use as a background on your video mixer, and on the fourth channel, maybe you capture to put the rerun back on here. Well, we kept this feature, the presentation of this feature, for the last because it actually is not a minor feature, it's a major feature, and let's have a look. So in the setup of the YouPlay, under the web section, you find the remote interface beta. This is actually a link, and if you click it, what you get is actually a web control, remote control of your YouPlay, where you get view meters and preview on air. So that's kind of a nice option. You get all the buttons that you have in the normal Windows GUI. You have your playlist, and you can populate the playlist. So actually, you can do this from any remote computer, or if you have a VPN or you open your ports, you can actually do this from home and control your YouPlay. And the interesting thing is, if I add a clip, what I do is I actually have a representation of your remote discs. So the system is actually looking into the remote disk because of course YouPlay will play the files from the local, let's say, from the local hard disk. So it's actually a very nice GUI, completely web, completely rescalable and adaptive, which allows you to control your YouPlay remotely. So for people who know the YouPlay, each and every button are just replicated also on the web interface. So quite nice development.
That's great. That's really a nice feature. So for those who are maybe guessing, how can I get all these new features? Enrico, how can they do that? It's very easy actually.
So for those that already have YouPlay, you know, this is just an update. So keep subscribing our services and you can update your software.
Yes. If you didn't renew the remote assistance services, you can just do that and you will get all these new features for both YouPlay if you are using it already,
but
or
of course,
XTV if you are using it already.
Of course, if you buy the software today, those features will be already included.
Of course,
with the
new license.
main pack.
That's great. So, thank you, Marco, for this live session. It was our big pleasure to hear all these new nice features that we just added to our products. So thank you to my audience. Thank you, sir, for being so kind and sharing this live event with us. Okay. Thank you to all the people that are watching us. We will have another session later today. Okay, for those who are going to wake up a little later. Okay. Thank you again. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Talk to you very soon. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye bye Dubai.